All right, I got a great stretch for you today. It's called the runner's pose with the twist, and we're gonna throw a plank in there too. So check it out. Here's your plank, all right? We'll talk about this. Now, if we wanna add a hip stretch to this, good for your lower back, good for your hips, good for running. We can straighten that back leg, get that pose there. We can bring that down and we can hit that as well. And then we can also twist like so. This stretch right here is called the world's greatest stretch. But some people may say, well, it kind of looks like a lunge stretch or part of the Sun Salutation. So that's why today we ask, am I doing yoga? So why do I ask that? A popular warm-up routine in the yoga world is called the Sun Salutation. I remember stumbling upon this 15, 16, 17 years ago. And I immediately incorporated it into my programming because it was a nice total body warm-up that really hit the entire body overall. I just saw this sequence. I thought, wow, that's a good hip stretch. That's some good core work. That's a good lower back stretch. Man, that hits your shoulders a little bit. That's a good rotation and twist. That's some good stuff. So I began using that. But then I realized, oh, this is a whole series of stretches, what we call in Catholic Fit a flow of stretches. But then they called it the Sun Salutation. I looked into that a little bit and I realized if you're Catholic, if you're Christian, you are saluting God Almighty. We are thanking God for our bodies, for our physical divine gifts whenever we work out. We work out, we exercise so we can take care of other people in our lives, what we call fit to serve. And we always honor and thank God for everything that we have. We also do active prayers, right? So I might do some stretches and dedicate that to someone who cannot work out today because maybe they're sick or injured or not motivated enough to get moving a little bit more than maybe they could be, all right? That's why we exercise. We don't necessarily exercise to salute the sun. Now this comes from some old yoga, let's say mythology, where students would work with teachers. But who taught the teachers? Well, the teachers would go to the ultimate teacher. The ultimate teacher would be some higher form of consciousness, higher form of the transcendent, right? And that would also often be manifested as some sort of form or structure, and the sun is one example of that. So they would wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to salute the sun as the ultimate consciousness and transcendent. Okay, well, fine. We worship another sun, and maybe we can just change the U to an O and say, we are going to salute the Son of God in Catholic Fit. And that's what the series is all about. If you've been doing some stretches, maybe you're in a boot camp, maybe you're doing it in a class, or maybe you are doing yoga right now and you're curious of whether you should be doing a lot of the Hindu poses and exercises and things like that, and you're wondering about that. I get a lot of questions about that in Catholic Fit. So this series is all about going through some of these popular exercises that are universal in nature, used in physical therapy clinics, used in fitness settings like I am in now, but they also are found in yoga classes. But never to worry, let's go through this particular sequence and I'll talk about how good it is and that you're okay doing this in the context of your fitness routine or rehab routine. All right, so enough talking, let's get rocking and rolling. So what we may start with, and what I do sometimes is, I'm going to come off camera a little bit, just do a couple toe touches. If your lower back's okay, or if you've worked with me before, seen some of my videos, we can do some toe touches. So I might do a toe touch. From this toe touch, what I like to do then is, now you stay nice and long so your back is flat. I feel like a nice stretch in my hamstrings. Is I'm going to bring one foot back. We call this a runner's pose because my right foot is forward. If I want to run and sort of be in this position this way, I want to be tall and I want to stretch out, particularly my left hip. And so if I'm going to stress or work this stretch a little bit more, I'm going to drop all the way down into what we call a runner's pose. So I'm just going to listen to my body here and see, is my knee at 90 degrees, my hands are inside of my feet, and I'm just going to kind of feel this out. All right, how does my long back knee feel with this? How do my hips feel? My glutes, my hip flexors. If this is too much, you can come down to your knees and just hold that stretch there. Sometimes if I'm working on a genuflect, I'm in this bottom position. Maybe you're working on your balance. You can turn this into a runner's pose by bringing your hands down inside of your feet and then bring that back leg up. And this is a stretch we do, just this. Come up into your runner's pose and then back down. Now another part of this stretch is when I'm walking and my right foot is forward, I might rotate like this a little bit. And then as I step with my other foot forward, I might rotate the other way. So there's a twisting element to walking and running that I can add to the stretch as well. So start with your knee down with your one foot forward. So you can see the stretch here. I can put my hand on my knee, support my torso, and then look up to the ceiling. If I do this, what the world's greatest stretch is, there's a couple of them, is I'm going to reach high to the ceiling. And then I'm going to drop my elbow to the floor. And then go up high to the ceiling again, and I can go through that sequence. And then I can also stay in this position and gently pull back to stretch this hamstring and come forward and backwards a few times and get that hamstring stretch there. All right? Then another advanced stretch is to come back up into your full runner's pose, and I'm going to reach forward with my right hand. And I get as long as I can. This is a great lengthening stretch throughout my entire body, from my back heel of my straight leg all the way through my front fingertips. And then I'm going to reach high to the ceiling and twist there. Because again, that just matches what we call a contralateral pattern, right? That my right foot is forward and my left hand is forward. So right lower body and left upper body. That's a contralateral pattern we talk about in biomechanics and healthy, let's say, movement literacy, okay? So that's the position there. Then you can bring this leg down. Of course, you can bring your other foot forward, and I check in with this side. How does this knee feel? How does this hip feel? Bring my knee down. I can twist a little bit. I can bring this elbow down towards the floor. I can twist up again. It's a great mobility work for my torso, for my hips, for my knees. I can reach forward. Then I can bring both feet back, and I've done some stretches now for my hips. I feel pretty loosened up. Then I can bring my hands down below my shoulders, bring my knees up in the air, and I can take a few deep breaths here. All right? I can tuck my abs back a little bit, tuck my tail, make sure I'm pushing my chest away from the floor. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Now we can go into this rock we did in the last video. All right? The tuck and reach. I'm going to tuck back and reach. And come back up. Here, stand up. I'm ready to rock and roll. All right, so I might do this after I warm up a little bit. Like if I go play basketball, I play a lot of recreation basketball, or I coach the kids. So I might go through a little bit of a warm up and then go through that sequence. Runner's pose, world's greatest stretch, tuck and reach a few times, hop up, I'm ready to go, and I feel good. All right, so beginning of the day, end of the day, whatever the case. This is how we salute the Son of God. That's what you want to stick with. If you have any other questions, comment below. Thanks for watching the video. And I will see you next time.